Greetings, pod fans!
If you've watched any of my painting videos so far, you'll probably know that I don't really have much of an interest in playing Warhammer. I just like the painting. That's fun for me. But recently, after just letting Warhammer painting videos on autoplay, and also my friend mentioning Kill Team one time, I got a little bit of an interest. And after doing the smallest bit of research, I learned that by owning this box of Skelly Boys, I bought them because they are Skelly Boys, I have enough models to make a Kill Team Kill Team Squad? Kill Team Boys. Kill Team is a game mode of Warhammer 40k where you play in little squads rather than big armies. And just learning that I only needed 5 out of the 10 in this box kind of made me interested. You see, I actually bought the Primaris Reavers for the sole intention of painting them like a cartoon character. Not a duck, a different cartoon character. And when I learned that I had enough models and could easily put together a team that was actually playable in the game, whoo, hot dog. I thought I could just make an entire corps, like a corpse, C-O-R-P-S, of that character, where their armor is just painted like that character. And it just got stuck in my head. So I painted the Skeletor corps. Also, if you have any interest in painting and watching videos on painting, which maybe you do because you're watching this, you might have heard of the slap chop technique, which is the big bigness at the moment in the painting world because it's really fast. And I was interested, and also I wanted to buy more paints because buying paint is fun, so I got this. It is the Army Painter Speed Paint Mega Set Paint Set Mega Paint. And I thought, what better excuse to try out this speed painting than painting the most models I ever have in one sitting. Yeah. Usually I just spend a bunch of time painting the one dude, but, you know, let's just paint 5 dudes in a row. So if you don't know what the slap chop technique is, I'll give you a very brief overview. The idea is you do your normal black prime or whatever color prime that you want to do. Then you do your zenithal highlight, which I very recently found out. Zenithal, I thought it was like a person's name who developed the technique. Nope, it's just the sun is at a zenith. When the sun is at its zenith, it's directly above you. So you're spraying lighter paint down from above to give highlights as if the sun was right above at its zenith. Yeah, today I learned, and maybe you did. After that, you take another highlight color and you dry brush all over the model just to pick out all of the edges. I used Dorn Yellow because it's a light yellow and I wanted to give it a kind of spooky, cartoonish look. And you can see here how they looked after the dry brushing. They looked kind of spooky. It worked out way better than I could have expected. And then you just get your speed paints, which this or contrast paints if you're going for a citadel. But yeah, I wanted these. I wanted the Army Painter ones because they've got little balls already in them. And I just think that's fun. Also, all of my paints are Citadel so far, and I want to branch out and try new things. So that's what I did. This was interesting because, you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I generally just paint one model. I will pick it up, paint it, just go through the entire painting process of that one model, and then that's it, done. But doing this for the first time, where I've got 5, I know that it's not many compared to what a lot of other people do when they're fielding an army, but for me, this was a lot more than I have done. So I started off with all of the purple, just because there is quite a lot of purple on him, and it's a dark color. I feel like, you know, anything that I can fix early on, if I make mistakes with the dark color, I should. So, yeah. Plopped that down on the shoulders and the chest area, the upper chest, on his pecs, and on his little booties, well, his shoes. I left the kind of top of the booties alone, And then, of course, on top of the head, the sergeant is a bald man, so he's just going to be skull-headed. Next up, I took some blue and did all of the blue parts, which was, I did the entire backpack blue. I did the legs up to a certain point, and then anywhere that you could see the lower torso, I painted that blue as well. Yeah, and also the arms. Basically, just looking at Skeletor, he's a very like plain colored thing, but just with this technique it made it fun. And then finally, for like the main colors, I got some yellow and just put that on the face. I was very lucky that it did turn out kind of bonely, just with the technique and the way that I was doing it. And I'm very happy with how that turned out, and you'll see it quite soon. After that, I took some black and I put it onto different areas of the guns and stuff like that, and onto the knives, just to make them a little bit spooky looking, make them look like knives. Then I did some purple on the kind of parts of the gun. I just felt like purple lent itself well. There was also, I took a leather brown and put that onto all of the packages, or satchels, I guess you could call them satchels, which worked very well as well with this technique. Any of the edges and things just stand out, so it does the edge highlighting for you. And then that was more or less it. I've been sending progress updates and stuff to my friends over the last while, and every time I do it, I just send a picture and yeah, He-Man. It's, yeah, I like Skeletor. He's a pretty cool dude. But yeah, that's the only reason I wanted to do it, is because I saw that there were these Reavers, and I just thought that would lend well to being Skeletor. So I guess that's enough rambling for right now. I'll let you see. Here is the Skeletor core. I think it's really nice, and on the back of the sergeant, he's got a little gun, and I'll take a picture of it and layer it on here, but just this technique, that was just slapping brown paint on top of it. It really lends itself so well to exactly what I wanted. So I think this turned out great. I really liked this because Skeletor has empty black eyes, and yeah, it just meant that I didn't really have to do anything with the eyes, which is always a tricky situation when it comes to these miniatures, because eyes are just such a tiny thing. So yeah, the slap chop technique, it gets a big old thumbs up from me. I like this, just turned out way better than I probably could have done if I had just done it with acrylics, like normal acrylics, and done it. Maybe I'll try that someday and just try and compare, see what I can do. And I also might go back and do some highlights on those with acrylics, just to like touch them up a little bit, give them a little bit of metallics, but what I wanted to do was just use the speed paints for this. I know that like the dry brushing was not a speed paint, blah 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 blah, but it doesn't care. I don't care. I really just wanted to try out the slap chop technique, see what I could do with just it, and I'm happy. That is a squad that I could put on a board and play games with my friends, if I had friends I could play with. I'll see if it's possible. We'll see. Maybe someday I will actually play a game of Warhammer 40k. Yeah, that'd be weird. But yes, a very fun experience. Very excited to do more things. I need to just take a look at available models and see what I want to do, because I'm really enjoying just making things up on the spot, I guess you could call it, where, I'm using references, but I'm making up my own, like, armor things, my own uniforms, I guess. It's my own color palette that I'm stealing from, cartoons, but it's very fun. If there's anything you can think of that you'd like to see, like color-wise, if it's another duck, I'd love to do it. I'm taking a step back from the ducks at the moment so that I can build up ideas again and start doing those weekly, but yeah, I'm going to just start pumping out weird things. Also, just to give you a little peek behind the curtain, this is not the first time that I use speed paints. Well, I guess for this project, it entirely is. So, this was my original one. I decided to do a test model, and yeah, this was without the dry brushing on top of it, because I just wanted to see how speed paints worked on top of a normal zenithal. And let me just grab a similar, this guy. So just so you can see the things, I will take close-up pictures of them as well, but you can see this guy, it's so much brighter, you can very clearly see the colors, and this is, you know, he's quite a bit thing. Obviously I painted the knives differently and stuff. I'll take a closer up picture, but yeah, you can definitely see that the colors just lend themselves a lot better with that dry brushing on top. You just get, you know, just much nicer colors. Let me point their faces at you. Yeah. So it's cool. It really does look like Skeletor, and I'm very happy with the turnout. So yeah, someday maybe the Skeletor core will see the board, and I'll let you know all about it. But this was a lot of fun. It was my first introduction to the slap chop method. If you have any like suggestions or anything that you think I might have done wrong, let me know. I won't listen, but I'll read it and get sad. Also, I do need to start drilling the gun barrels. I'm aware of that. I need to get a little hobby drill. Yeah, I thought of it like while I was priming these, and I was like, I didn't do that, and I don't have a drill. Oh dear. But just be nice to me. I'm learning, okay? So that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you all when I talk to you all. Don't get lost. Don't lose your way. Slán.